While yesterday's episode was uploading, I came back out here and I took my paintbrush and I went around with the two different shades of gray, and I touched up places where the CA glue was sort of glinting through, if you know what I mean. And places like this right here where the paint had come off of the clear plastic, I redid that. Anyway, that's and the that ladder that you see back there, I did the this side of it so that it doesn't, the photo etch doesn't show through. I think I got it pretty good. But this morning when I got up, I started thinking way back to episode number 1 and all the how all the different things that have happened in this series in the last going on 10 months now. And I was thinking about something I had said in episode number 1 about my very first model. And then I got to thinking about it. And I was realizing that I think I made a mistake. I had said that it was a Lancaster bomber. Well, here's what I said exactly. When I was about 9, I guess it would be, because it was the Christmas of 1955, I got my first plastic model. And it was a 1/72 scale of a Lancaster bomber. So, for nostalgia's sake, I dug up the picture and I'm looking at it, and it's kind of fuzzy, but I could see that the engines didn't look right. It looked like radials. And I knew that the Lancaster had water-cooled engines, the same engine as the P-51 Mustang had. And, different looking engine altogether. And so I thought, you know what? I'll bet you this is a B-24. And so I Googled B-24, sure enough. Yeah, the Lancaster and the B-24 did look a bit alike, unless you looked at them up close. Anyway, that doesn't matter. So I just want to correct that. Those of you who were plastic model buffs for making model airplanes, I'm sure that there was somebody, that in all likelihood recognized the fact that this old Canadian made a mistake, but you were just too polite to correct me. Yeah. Anyway, just thought I'd straighten that out. It wasn't a Lancaster. It was a B-24. Okay. While I was rotating this piece a minute ago, I was noticing that there were little flashes of light in certain places, like where on the mast where I had glued or CA glued the small part onto the mast. The CA glue was showing, so I missed that, I guess, yesterday. Now is the time to fix that before we turn the page here. So I'm just going to take out a few minutes and, try and get this. I don't know if I'm going to need the dark, but I'll definitely need the sky gray, because that's the color that the mast is painted. And I think that's where most of the problem is. I believe the worst spot is right there. Now my hope here is that when this dries, it's going to just blend in with what's already there. Trying not to get it on the bracket that's holding the light. A little bump right here. I wonder what that is. Anyway, I'll sort of turn this and do the other side. I'm pretty sure that once our paint dries here, it's going to be a lot better. Maybe nobody would have noticed it anyway. Now, before I forget to mention it, I'm really liking my new little paintbrush here. I think before we turn the page here, we better put this in a very safe place. Now, speaking of memory, isn't it funny way I thought of that airplane mistake, about 10 months down the road. Yeah, it's just over 10 months ago we started this series. I checked it out. But it was only a week or two ago that I actually looked at step 53 on the other side here. But I can't remember exactly what we do in 53. I should be able to remember that. If I can remember something 10 months ago, why can't I check? Well, let's just have a look at it. Well, good thing that the safe place that I put the mast in isn't very far away, because it looks like 53 is basically installing stuff that we've... these ladders, I've already put them on. Maybe that's why I checked a couple of weeks ago to see what 53 was all about. Okay, so there's this piece right here. We don't have that. Photo-etch number 10, the ladder. Did we put that on? No, I guess it has to go on in between those diesel exhaust pipes that go up there. Anyway, let's get at it here. Now, I do believe that the smartest thing for me to do will be to do everything in order of how it shows in the step. So, if I go from left to right, this goes on first. It's a nice easy fit. Now, it's not supposed to rotate. I suppose a person could mount it in which, in a different direction, but the plan shows it mounted, looking straight ahead, or rather straight astern, I guess, because this way's to the bow. Yeah. Don't want to get it on so thick it's going to run out over the deck. Okay. I don't think I need to do a whole lot of wiggling there. I think it's all the way down. Okay, H29, and I was just noticing that on this sprue there's only one small piece left, and it's this one right here, 34. Otherwise the entire sprue has been emptied out already. Now Photo-etch A10, this is the A sheet, and once again this is the very last piece on A. We've used everything up. And I'm planning on trying to demonstrate why it is that I hold this chisel at the angle I do. Remember we talked about that about 5 episodes ago? Somebody had asked? Now, normally you don't see this, but I do this pretty much every time. I'll tape the piece of Photo-etch onto the plexiglass, and then I will tape the plexiglass to my brown towel here. And that just sort of helps to keep things from moving around. The only difference is that generally there's a piece of white paper underneath everything here so that it contrasts and you can see what I'm doing. Now, first of all, you notice that this side is beveled at an angle. I don't know if I can get it to, reflect for you so that you can see it. Anyway, it's beveled like this, and this side goes straight down. Now, normally, if I was to want to cut something, you would put the flat side right up against your work, and you would allow the bevel to plow away the waste. Okay, that's the way you would normally do it with a chisel, but if I do that and I have the flat side right up against the ladder, so to speak, then I can't see in there quite as well. Now, if I turn it the other way and have the bevel up against the ladder, then the bevel is pretty much going straight down as the flat side did, plus the whole thing now is at an angle and I can see straight down a lot better. So that's why I'll do it like this. And I'll kind of exaggerate it a little by having it maybe even more off to the side than necessary. And I'm sort of pushing in as well as down. At least that's the way I do it. Now let's put on the macro lens. Alright, now my white piece of paper is underneath there, so it'll help to contrast everything. And I'm moving right up to the edge with the bevel, and that should do it. And the other one, move the bevel right up to the edge. Okay, now we'll do this one, and I'm going to be blocking your vision, but that's life. Okay, we should be loose. There is no plastic on the A sheet, if you will remember. Now, we are now through with the A sheet. Who would have thought it, eh? Okay, now we'll just get these pieces cleaned up here, and then decide how we're going to paint them. Am I going to use a brush, or am I going to use the airbrush? I know the airbrush probably is going to work best on the ladder. Yeah. Okay, quit poking at it. So here I am congratulating myself on what a good job I did of getting all the sprue off of that piece. But when I look at it in the monitor now, I can see all the flashing I missed. I gotta quit using this macro lens. It makes it look like I'm not doing a very good job. Now we are getting ahead of ourselves here. Okay, maybe try it like this. Okay, that's supposed to go down in there and sort of lock in place. Well, it'll be easy to... I wondered. It's not locked. Oh, you know what? I think I got it backwards. I think it's supposed to go the other way. Let's check the plan here. Yeah, this part is supposed to go backwards. Okay. Now I could reshoot this and you'd think I'm not as dumb as I am. But I don't care. No. Sorry, I'm getting my hand in your way here. Okay, now it locks in place. That works a lot better. Now these diesel exhaust pipes we just will glue against the side here in the right place. Got to be careful I don't break this off. I keep bumping it. Okay, that's locked in place. I don't think I need to glue it down in the bottom. I was thinking maybe just fastening it right here, right in there. I have to think about it. Now I'm just wondering if I'm relying on this part here to hold everything, maybe I'm asking too much, so I think I better fasten the bottom of the mast to the deck. And how can I get some extra thin down in there without touching everything? Or maybe I could just put it on the end of here. Let's just try something here. I'm probably going to get this in your road. I got it on the deck there. That wasn't good. Now there's actually quite a bit of extra thin on the end of the mast here. I'm trying to get it down without rubbing it on stuff. How can I work this into place here now? Okay, it's down. About 5 minutes from now, it's not going no place. Just going to look at it from straight above, make sure it's square. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, can I get this in there now? Let's give it a try here. The extra thin is still, the plastic is still a little bit. Probably going to have to do a little repainting again. Okay, that'll be more than enough if I can get it to start to cure. They don't want to stay in the right place. They keep springing back. I was thinking if I could, put something up against it like that, and then come in from this side right here with a little tiny droplet of CA medium. I realize I'd have to repaint later, but at least it would hold it in the right place. Then I could do this one, do it up at the top here the same way. At least that's my thinking right now. I don't know how else I'm going to do it. Now I know this looks really funny, but at least I don't need to worry about that rubber scratching anything here. Just gotta make sure it touches both the diesel pipe and the mast. It's like I said before, I know I'm going to have to repaint. There, I think I got enough in there now. Now time has completely got away on me. It's well after 3 o'clock here. What I've done is I've taken some curing agent in the eye of a needle and I touched it to the CA glue right there. And this is, really hard obviously now. And we're gonna take Ian's helping hand away here. And it stays there. Now I've got to cut this video off. So thanks for watching. All being well, we'll see you tomorrow.